Hi everybody, welcome to Late Night with Kettle Kitchen. It's our late night show, and we have some guests with us, so I'm going to go ahead and bring them up. We have my usual co-host. Hello, how are you tonight, Miss Blue?
I'm doing good, thanks. Yeah, I can't read chat,
Good.
but I'm good. So,
You're good so far. You're doing fine. Then we have Dale, 9 Acre Family Farm. Hello.
Well, howdy, good
Welcome.
neighbor.
We have Ginger and Joey from Not For Nothing Homestead. Thank you for coming in. We have
Good evening.
Tiffany
Thank you.
from Mud and Mascara.
Hello.
We have JJ and Michelle from Big. Hold on a second.
Living.
No, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
All right, sorry, I got it figured out. So JJ and Michelle from Big Valley Living and Kris from Krisandlarry Homestead.
Hey.
Hey,
everybody.
Kris.
My problem was when I was saying
Hey,
your
Dale.
guys' name, I heard a bloop, but I couldn't see anybody, and I forgot I had to scroll down to see her. So
She got her hair all slicked back too.
yeah.
All styled.
Fancy.
Oh, and look at her winter blue fingernail. Oh, you're muted, Kris.
Pretty.
I am blue. I'm mermaid blue.
Ooh,
Yeah.
pretty.
Pretty fancy.
I seen him
have
during the day, and mermaid blue is actually mermaid green. There's the honesty of it.
It is. They're like they were supposed to be pale blue for winter. And my funny little Vietnamese lady's like, let's do this color. It's pale blue. And it came out green. And I'm like, I don't know how long those are going to last in that color, but we're good.
Yeah.
Hello to everyone in the chat.
I have.
Yes.
Saying
Hello,
hi.
everybody.
Whose show is this?
It's the
So I'm going to go into chat
Tony.
since I'm being pushed that way. I'll go over and I'll say hi to chat. Okay, Dale.
They were saying hi to me, Tony.
Okay. Hello, Tasha with Arts and Adventure with Tasha. Thank you for coming in. Dark Lord Minute, Hardknack Farms. That's Wendy. Thank you for coming in. Kettle Kitchen's in here, I see.
That's nice.
No.
Yes, it is. That's a good thing.
It's always
Tiffany,
nice when she shows up.
Tiffany Mud and Mascara. Just so people know, Tiffany's kind of darked out because she's in a side room, and so she's got to keep the lights down a little bit, just so
She
everybody
looks
knows. Okay,
spooky.
she does. No, that's okay. It just looks different.
Mysterious. She's mysterious.
And then we have Janice from Where to
Is that
Begin Homestead. Thank you for coming in. What was that?
I said she looks like the Headless Horseman.
The good thing is she joined us tonight, so that is the best part.
Yes.
She's with us. That's great.
Georgia is represented strong tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, we both flaked out.
So
last
is
week
the
'cause
cold
something
in the snow state.
You don't want to know how warm it was here today.
No, I don't.
No.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I actually had the water today.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you.
You had the water today, and I'm sitting out here with 2 inches of ice and
Bring
3
it.
inches of
We
snow and
need that
27
water.
degrees.
Mm.
Tony, if it helps you out, I had to lose my hoodie while bird hunting today because I was so hot. I was sweating profusely.
Oh,
Wow.
goodness.
No, that
Any
didn't
luck?
help any, Dale. Thank you.
How'd you do?
He sucked at it, and that's karma.
Nothing.
Then Goose Egg, I'm sorry.
So, hi, Rhonda Towery. Thank you for coming in. Lori, prepping for heaven. Hello.
Oh.
Oh, I jumped like big time.
Nana's here.
Who?
Nana was not
Nana's in
able.
the chat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she's there, but she's not there. I see. Okay. Hello. And we got Rebecca, Touched by Yarn. Thank you for coming in. Cheryl Faulkner, thank you for coming in. All right. So now we're going to move on. One of the things I want to start doing on Friday nights is doing a shout out. So I've asked each of our representatives this evening to give us 2 names of 2 channels they would shout out. I don't remember if I relayed that to Michelle or not, and I'm sorry if I didn't. I thought I did. Okay. All right.
And Kris said no. She had an idea. She's going,
Kris had no idea because I
What?
didn't tell her.
I was going to say we were on the phone twice today. I don't remember that.
No, we didn't have that conversation. So I'm going to let you go last, Kris, just for that reason. Okay.
Surprise, Kris.
I know.
Okay, now I gotta come with 2 channels. Okay.
So these don't have to be small, tiny channels tonight. I just want us to start shouting some channels out, trying to do our part to get some people out there. So I'm going to go in order the way you are on screen. So I'm going to start with Bloo first.
Okay. I want to shout out Our Small Holding Adventures, which is a channel run by Tracy and Steve. They're here in the northeast of England, and they have their own small holding here. She's doing a 35-week, £25 grocery challenge for 6 months, so that they can stay on top of the bills and stuff, because obviously there's a lot of stuff for them that is skyrocketing right now.
Right.
And Steve, unfortunately, a few weeks ago had quite a nasty accident because they're building an outdoor kitchen, and he fell and fractured his back. So they've been put behind a little bit. So I just wanted to give them a shout out, because Tracy and Steve and the kids are amazing, amazing people and really, really cool. So yeah,
Okay.
go check them out.
Say the name one more time.
Our Small Holding Adventures.
So when you guys are done with when you're done with your 2, will you please put the names in private chat, and I will go over and post them over into the chat room. Okay.
I can't do that.
Okay.
Me neither.
I can't do that because otherwise I'll lose the whole thing.
But thanks for asking.
Thanks for the offer.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me the name again. Sorry.
Our Small Holding Adventures.
Our OUR, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Dean's Adventure. Okay, go ahead with your next one.
And I also want to shout out Digwell Greenfingers, who is a really good friend of mine, Steve. He's amazing. He's so funny, and there isn't anything that man doesn't know about gardening. And he is an incredible cook as well.
Yes.
So
Yes,
he does
is.
some pretty awesome stuff. And I've been able to talk him into getting into some of the collaborations recently. So you may have seen a couple of his videos already. But he's a lovely, lovely guy, and definitely worthwhile watching.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And Tracy and Steve, correct? You said? Blue?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and paste their link first. And then, oh, I should have typed their name in. I didn't think about that.
I did dig well already.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Dark
you.
Okay.
Minute did
You're awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Our Small
And then-
Holding Adventure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for those 2. Dale, how about you?
So I'm going to, because they're such close friends and probably the closest channel, they're not the closest, but they've got such great content, a lot to go with what we've been talking about on Friday nights and now the Sundays. And that's Pathways Homestead here in Kansas. Gary and Cindy, they are amazing. They have done homesteading for many years and small budget wise. They're a great channel. And my second channel is going to be Glenn and Jess with Gathered Together Homestead.
Good channel.
And they are really into canning, into gardening, and have a really good channel.
Good. Hello, Andale. Thank you for coming in. All right. So thank you. And then we'll move down to JJ and Michelle. What does Big Valley Living have to tell us about channels they would like to promote?
Well, we would like to promote Leanne at Mennonite Farm. She's super awesome.
yeah.
We love her cooking and recipes and everything. And Renee at Pike Creek Farm, because don't we all love Renee? And if I can have a third, you can come back to me because I have a third that really deserves to be.
Go ahead and give us 3. That's fine.
Jenny Goff at Jenny's Scratch Made Kitchen. Oh my gosh.
There you go. That works. We'll skip over Tiffany because she's typing right now, and I'll come back to her in just a second. Ginger, how about you and Joey? What do you guys got?
You want to do one? No? Okay. Well, I actually just found a very small channel, and she's absolutely so stinking cute. I just can't get over her, and I keep watching her. She has a bunch of shorts, but her channel name is Dirt Road Destiny Homestead. And I just shared her on my community page today because she's a farm girl. She's out there with the chickens and the roosters and putting turkeys and putting good videos. I mean, putting good songs behind them, talking to them. She has such a lighthearted spirit, and her laugh is infectious. I mean, even though she has just a lot of shorts, every time she laughs, I start laughing. And I mean, if I need a good smile, if I go over there and watch her short, she is so cute. And the other one that I want to shout out, and some of you guys may know her. I don't know that I've seen her in some of our lives, and I'm not sure. I think she's in Virginia. So I'm not sure what her time is, and she still works, but she does it all by herself. She's all by herself. Is Dawn Ray B. If anybody knows her, I actually met her in Tuber Chat. Kris, you're in Tuber Chat a lot too, aren't you? Yes. And so that's where I met Dawn Ray B. And she has an awesome channel too, and she raises quails. Mm-hmm. And so that's her source of protein, and she gardens and all kinds of other stuff too. So Dawn Ray B and Dirt Road Destiny Homestead.
All right. Are you ready? Every time I look at Tiffany, she reminds me of Professor Snape off of Harry Potter because it's all black. She's wearing black clothes. It's like...
I'm missing somebody from Michelle, and I didn't get the name again off the new one. Ginger. What was the name?
Ginger, go ahead with yours.
Okay, it's Dirt Road Destiny. She's got it all together. Homestead. There's a space and then Homestead.
Okay, I've got her.
Okay.
And
then Michelle.
Tiffany, I did put it in the chat if you wanted to copy and paste. But Leanne at Mennonite Farm, Renee at Pike Creek Farm, and Jenny at Jenny's Scratch Made Kitchen.
Yeah, Dirt Road and Pike Creek.
It's kind of hard to run it when you're a moderator and you're on the panel at the same time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
And Pike Creek.
I seen that Wendy from Hardneck Farm, she's switching over to go to her laptop, so she won't be able to type. So everybody knows that. I did want to say hi to Wanda, Louisiana style. Welcome. Thank you for coming in.
Hello.
Tiffany,
I like
did you
that
have
name.
2 channels?
I do. I'm doing the last one here.
Okay.
Maybe. Don't you want to go first, Tony?
Well, I'll drop down to Kris real quick.
Okay, thank you.
I grabbed
Okay.
2 people
Excuse me.
have commented a ton on videos. They've been on my channel a lot. I've been watching their channels grow. The first one, and I have to say, Berlin was like all excited because she's got fermented pickles on her channel right now, and I don't eat pickles, so my kids are like, oh, gathering around when I was watching those videos. But it's Barb's Country Home.
Mm-hmm.
She has 790 family members right now, so she's getting close to that 1,000 mark. And I absolutely just love the videos that she's putting out right now. And the second one that I've got is RG Arizona Homestead. And this gentleman has been following my channel for quite a while. He only has 223 family members. I have been totally impressed with this guy. I will tell you, he lives about an hour north of me. I have not been up to his homestead yet, but he has started from scratch, and they are off grid, and I know the area because I've hunted in that area. They are high desert, juniper trees, no big anything. But I love the fact that he's dropping trail cams of some of the animals that are coming up on his property, and always asking me, how's the weather where you're at? Because like you guys are getting rain right now. So he's constantly making comments when I'm online because he can see south, which is where I'm at, of the storms coming at him. So he's like, I bet you're getting rain, Kris, right now. So he's just awesome channel. So check out both of those. Those are ones, like I said, they've been commenting a lot lately on our videos, and we appreciate it. And I want to shout them out just because I like to shout out those ones that are following no matter the size. So yeah. So there's 2 for you.
I do want to throw this out to everybody that may not know it. It seems that we have a channel that seems to be doing really good. A lot of our channels are doing good, but I do want to shout this one out real quick, and that would be Krisandlarry Homestead. They're about to hit 12,300. So
wow.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Good job.
Yay.
We are certainly working on it, you guys.
Yep.
Good job.
It shows you what doing hard work really does in paying off for your channel. So I mean, don't ever lose sight that you can get there if you can do that. So okay.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Tiffany, do you want me to go first, or are you ready?
No, I'm sort of ready. I
Okay.
have 2. One of them is actually in this chat. Actually, both of them are in this chat. Where to Begin Homestead, Janice. I met her in Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Their channel she's so sweet, and the way she is on her channel is the way she is a person. Just extremely sweet. I love to watch their channel and catch up. I mean, they show, the stuff that happened with their chickens is real life. What really happens on a homestead.
Yeah.
The other one is Hardneck. Wendy, I've talked to her multiple times. I like watching her gardening tips, and she knows a lot. I love her drying house is one of my goals this year but we want to repurpose some wood and make that. So those 2 channels, make sure to check them out. They're very, very good.
Are you talking about her solar dehydrator that she built, that her husband built?
It looks like a boat standing up.
I was going to show that to Joey everybody too, because I think it's amazing. That is an
Yeah,
amazing
They
video.
also, if I remember, they also have a geothermal greenhouse too.
yes, yes. That thing
Yep.
is unreal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are
I'm
my
a-
two. I'm missing Kris. Can you throw in your second one? I'm
Chris,
not that
Chris
fast.
got her second one in there, so
Okay,
she's
thank
good.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Um,
I'm
so
not that fast.
mine, I'm gonna do
Now wait a
mine
minute
this way.
before we go. Oh darn it! I closed out. Shoot. Should we say anything if we
Dang.
go over there and sub to one of those channels? Like, hey, Kris sent me.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Are we done now? Can I move on?
No.
I
Oh,
want
I'm
to know
sorry.
your channel.
Don't let you know.
Oh,
Just
the
wait.
peanut
Okay.
gallery is together tonight.
Okay.
This is your clown
Yeah.
car. We're just riding in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first one I want to throw out there actually is one that Ginger from Not From Nothing Homestead introduced me to, and that was Papa's Kitchen.
Oh,
Great
Oh, yeah.
channel,
love him.
great content.
I love
Seems
him.
like a great guy. He's sitting out 206 subscribers right now, so if you get a chance, head over there and say hi to him. The other one I would say is someone who's been in a few of the collaborations I've done, which is the Flavorful Home with Paula. I don't know if you guys seen her video in Noodle November, but she is on her game as far as cooking and growing, gardening wise, and her channel is growing as well. So
The flavorful.
Flavorful Home with Paula.
Okay.
Okay. And then there is one other one I want to throw out there as well, since we're not mentioning anybody on panel. I don't know if you guys, it's what caught my attention today in watching all these videos, which there's a ton of great videos. I think everybody here has been a part of the collaboration. It's no offense to anybody here. Glenda over at Grace and Fire put a video out today, and I was very impressed with it. I don't know if you guys have seen it or watched it. If you haven't, go over and take a look at it. And it wasn't anything special. She didn't hand make pasta. She didn't, none of that. But just the way the video came across, I thought, this is different. She's doing something different with her videos, and you can see it. And I think that's part of the growth process, is when you know it's time to change and you can do it, because it will add value to your channel. So I just wanted to throw that one in there as well. So I see. Oh, hi, Janet Homestead, where you are, just popped in. There's another good channel to go take a look at. She's got a great information out there, and I appreciate her as well. So tonight, are we ready to go in? Oh, so your homework for next Friday, I'm going to go ahead and throw this out so everybody hears. And Kris won't be with us for the next 2 weeks. I already know that. So just so you guys know, next week I would
have a super huge show next weekend, and the
Right.
following weekend, Larry and I are going on our anniversary trip to Las Vegas.
Oh, anniversary. For your wedding anniversary?
Yeah, we missed going on our trip to Missouri, so we went ahead and just scheduled an overnight. We're going to see Aerosmith, y'all, in Las Vegas.
Hi, you
Nice.
go, girl.
Nice.
that would be a nice
That's
one
awesome.
to go to.
Yes.
Well,
happy anniversary.
anyways,
Thank
yes.
you.
That's a good one.
Oh, John Reichman's in the house with us, I see. Hello.
Drinking some lovely cider from Big Valley Living. She just came over and grabbed some.
That's funny. So here's your homework for next week. Okay. I want 2 new channels that are under 100. 2 channels that are under 1,000.
Different kind.
and then one special recognition for whatever the reason is, whatever the size. Okay?
You need to say that again.
2 under 100, 2 under 1,000, can't be the same two, and one special recognition for whatever the reason is, regardless of size.
Send me an email.
I'll do that. I'll send you all an email as a reminder.
Works.
Yep.
So
all right.
Total, Dark Lord Minute said.
5 total, yes.
Just put a 5 channel, please.
So next week is primarily let's shout out some channels. That's what our conversation will be next week, just because that's going to take a while in itself. So, okay.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Okay.
You want a little bit about their channels, what we liked about it? Would that be
if you could throw that info in there as to why you like the channel, or a little bit about their about page or something of the like, just so people can understand why, then that would be great. Okay. Okay.
Dark Lord.
Alrighty, guys.
Cracking me.
Yep, that's funny. That's funny. Okay, so here's what we're doing tonight. Tonight is we're still following on our conversation of how to get ready for what's coming. Okay, and what we decided to do tonight is something to make Christmas easier, whether that's in food or planning, decorations, presents, whatever it may be. Okay. And you only have to have 10 things, so it's not that hard. It's okay.
10 things. When did you say 10?
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Thank you, Blue.
Well, Kris is ready. Look at Kris. She's prepared.
What?
I didn't
Tiffany
get
just
this memo.
swallowed her throat, I think.
Wow.
And Joey's
swallowed
looking
my
at
gum.
Ginger. I hope you did your homework.
Somebody's an overachiever here.
That's funny. That's funny.
My
Anyways.
butt planted in this chair for 14 and a half hours now. I had time to write this as I was working on the lasers. So,
Oh my God.
So I'm going to go right below me since you are by yourself. So if that's a hint to anybody, you take that into consideration in the order I'm going to do this. So we'll go to JJ and Michelle. What kind of things would you like to show us or tell us about?
Okay, I can't find the thing I made in 1987 that I drag out every year because I'm not organized enough to know exactly what's in every tote. So hold on for a moment. I have visuals.
Oh, yay.
There you go.
Okay, now I'm going to be showing you as a recipient and as an idea giver.
Okay.
Okay, so sometime in the 70s, I can't give you the exact year, probably 1976, my grandmother was really into crocheting. And so all of our gifts were those kind of things that, you know, she would make and ship to us from Indiana. We lived in California. So, you know, we were always looking to, oh God, what's she going to send us this year? So these have survived for what? Almost 40 years. Can you see them?
Oh,
Wow, those are cute.
You have crocheting skills. And you're thinking, oh, my family might think that's kind of cheesy or something. 40 years later, these are a big stinking deal. Okay.
Yes.
And we treat them with the utmost respect because grandma's gone, but her snow people live on. So, so if you have those skills, please share them with your family. They will.
And those actually are good things you can find at yard sales, rummage sales, things like that, because people don't want them, but there are people out there that do appreciate them. So,
well, they're just so cute, you know, and not everybody does that. It's a lost art. So if you know how to do it, you know, God love you, because I know crocheting isn't difficult, but I can't follow a pattern to save my life.
I did one chain my whole life, and that was it for me. I'm done.
Oh, I've made several blankets, but it's just chain after chain after chain.
Nope, not
so
me.
it's really cool when people can do things like this. The other thing is when your kids are young, if you have grandchildren, grab yourself some felt, grab yourself some yarn, grab a big fat needle and maybe a little bit of material and make stockings with your children. Okay.
That's a good idea.
We still have these after 25 years, and I love to pull them out if they happen to be in California visiting. It's really fun to bring their stockings out that they made. And
it's a good memory. It is, that's a great thing.
Yeah.
And you probably saved yourself, $20 or $30 by having to go buy them every year.
Yeah, I don't think we've had to buy a stocking for a long time because we keep them forever. Another little thing is, if you're really limited, but you have like a saying or something that you like, if you know people who read, get a copy. Or if you have, most of us have printers now, so find something that reminds you of the person, print it out, make it pretty. If you can laminate it, all the better. So here's a little something we did for our grandmother one year, and she kept it in her little memento box. Okay.
Hold on a second. Oh. There, now you're bigified.
Beautiful. Nice.
And we did it on both sides. We did it on both sides. And then if you know somebody who's a reader, make them a bookmark, right? Specifically for them. They will appreciate it. And then the last thing I'm just going to recommend is if you don't have any clever ideas, get yourself some books. I've had these around for a long time.
There you go. That's a good idea.
But these babies have lots of really nifty ideas. And they really never go out of style, especially if you're a crafter, who just wants to brighten people's lives. So that's what we have tonight.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So I'm going to go down to the other person who is by themselves in my little pattern. And that would be Kris.
You dignified me, but I'm not swearing that way.
Yes.
Okay.
So what I did is I went through, you guys, and I figured out lists of things that we can make the gifts rather than buying gifts. And when all of my children were little, and I had 8,000 children running around all at one time, this was a much easier way for me to do Christmas gifts, as I would create at home versus going to the store and purchasing. So some of the things I have on my list were like make a memory game with family photos. You can do citrus marmalades. You can do sweet and spicy coated the sugar spicy nuts. You can do chalkboard serving trays. These are all things that a lot of us already have the ingredients for or the items to create, or we have to run to the hardware store and get maybe a small thing of chalkboard paint. And you can create a ton of different things. Embroidered handkerchiefs, that's one that is a big, all of my little boys got with their initials on them one year, and they all still carry them in their pockets. Any homemade food, people love creating food and gifting food, and that is the biggest gift that anybody loves. I hate saying it like that, but food goes a long way for people.
They do.
So it does, and you can use like small mason jars and create little hot chocolate snowmen where you have marshmallows and hot chocolate and peppermint candies and put little googly eyes on it and tie a little wreath around and use small jars that we all collect.
Right.
Other things are small cross-stitch gifts, bubble bath gift boxes that you make everything out of. You could do salt scrubs, sugar scrubs, bath bombs. All these recipes are online, so you can find things. You can do a homemade blanket, whether you're a quilter or a crocheter or a knitter, or even just one that you tie the corners and do blankets like that. I know my most prized gift that I ever received was a crocheted blanket from my grandmother that I still have, and she's been gone for 15 years now. And it's on my bed. And I told my husband, I said, I don't care if it's pink.
Yeah.
Sucks to you. You're going to sell my kid size quilted. You know, cookies in a jar, those go a long way. You could do seasoning mixes in a jar. You can do, like I said, the hot cocoa and do different flavorings. You know, a fun one we did one year is we went down to Goodwill and we bought a whole bunch of old ugly sweaters, and we made little gift bags for some of our items out of $2 sweaters and just stitched the side and made little bags out of them. And here's one for you: recycled feed bag purses. Those were crazy popular like 5 or 6 years ago, and those are free. All you have to do is wash them out, because most of them are plastic lined, and take a sewing machine and stitch around. And all of us with animals, we have feed bags.
Gail's up there shaking his head like, yeah, I made a couple of those.
See, but these are all just, like I said, very, very simple things. Anything with photo art. If you've got a printer, you can print a photograph on photo paper and use decoupage. You can do the iron-on stuff. You can do it onto vinyl. You can print anything when it comes to that. A fun gift that all my kids got one year for me were we bought bulk socks in all different colors, and we ironed on silly sayings with funny vinyl, and each of them got one of those in their stockings. You know, if you're this close, grab me a cookie, you know, that kind of thing on the bottom of the sock. We did fun things like that. So these are all, you know, really fun things. Family heirloom ornaments. I did that one year where we took little slices of firewood, and I did a photo transfer with my laser printer and just ironed on and then decoupaged over. So my mom has pictures of everybody at 1 year old hanging on her tree on pieces of wood. Super inexpensive gift. We made 19 of them, you know, that year. Let me see what else I have in here. Oh, don't be afraid to use the dollar store. We've talked about this before, but dollar store does carry cutting boards. They carry pot holders. They carry wood spoons. You can make a kitchen gift bag for less than $5 and make this whole thing with a big bow around it. So yeah, I have lists and lists, you guys. I'm telling you.
Okay, so hold that list, because I'm going to go ahead, because I feel like you've taken half of what I was going to say. So
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Me first, then.
No, that's okay. If any of those things you have on your second page we haven't discussed, by all means, when we're done, we'll bring them up. Okay.
Okay.
I do want to jump up to Bloo, because Blue's the one that actually came up with this idea. So I know she's got a few things. So what would you like to share with us?
Okay. So there's one thing that I've discovered. I didn't really discover. But this year I've had to really sort of pull back on my capabilities of what I'm able to do. And I just wanted to say that even if you can only do one thing a day, you know, that's enough.
It is.
And if it doesn't get done, was it really that important?
Yes.
Okay. So, I mean, yesterday, my job for yesterday was floofing out the tree. That was it. That's all I did. But I think also we need to look at what we've actually got. Now, because I haven't been well for the last couple of weeks, our fridge has been full of veg and fruit that is not great. So I've been going through it each day and picking 5 things and prepping it up and sticking it in the freezer, or sticking it in the dehydrator, or preserving it and doing something with it that can go towards the day. All my veg for Christmas is in the freezer. It's done.
Nice.
Because, you know, I can't cook for the next week or so because I'm not allowed to stand that long. So, you know, it's already done. And that stuff's not going to waste now. It's done. Okay. So the other stuff is like, we don't have to spend millions or hundreds and thousands and whatever on decorations. Why do we have to spend that money? We have stuff around the house already. If you've got nothing else, you got paper. And you'll have scissors. So make a gazillion snowflakes.
Yeah.
Make a gazillion of them. Doesn't matter what size they are. Doesn't matter that they're all different. Give those kids something to do. Get them to do and make paper chains. I mean, when did it become so important to go and buy every brand new decoration that was ever, put out there? I mean, I remember as a kid, Mum and Dad sitting me down at the table with a bunch of paper, scissors, and some pens, and just going, make stuff. And that was our decoration.
Yeah.
Preach it, sister.
Yeah.
And if they're still surviving, those are probably the most precious gifts that your family has.
Well, they were kind of changed up every year because they tended to get munted, but it didn't matter because it was just paper. And even if you don't have paper, you're going to have junk mail. Use the junk mail. It doesn't matter that it's not white. It doesn't matter that it's not pretty. It's, it's the fact that, you can use it. The other thing that I've got as well, all right, is that every year, because I can't help myself, I save these. This bag is filled with cardboard rolls.
Yes.
And for us, that's a year's worth because it's just me and Tanny. But, but you can do so much with that. I mean, you can use them as rings. I mean, there's a million and one things on Pinterest to do with, cardboard rolls. If you cut them inside, you've got a square piece of cardstock that you can do something with. You can make your napkin rings, or you get the kids to make them napkin rings. You can turn them into little peoples. You can do all sorts of things with them, and it's just a toilet roll. For goodness sakes, it's not expensive, and they usually get chucked out at the end anyway. So why not save them and do something with them? The other thing that we have a lot around here are beer cans. Saying, we have a lot of beer cans.
Like Tiffany.
That's some really good metal sheeting.
What can you do with
for
those?
embossing? Like you can emboss on that really easily to put on like a little craft box or in a little frame or something like that, or to cut out leaf patterns to make some kind of decoration or something like that. And it's free. Well, it's not free, but you don't buy it for the can, you buy it for the contents, so it's like, why don't I get something out of it? So I get the beer cans. Daddy drinks it, I get the materials. That's free metal, and metal is expensive, especially if you go like to the craft shops to buy square pieces of embossing metal. It's stupid money. So whether it's beer cans or cola cans or whatever, just reuse those. And then like there's so much you can do with those. The only thing that stops you from working is your brain. So just play with stuff, grab some stuff and play with it. I buy wooden clothes pegs because I prefer them to the plastic ones, because if they break I can just get a piece off another broken one and make another peg, right? But it's actually cheaper to buy them by the box off eBay than it is to buy them in the shops. So I've always got a million of these, and you can make all sorts out of those as well. The other thing that I have, okay, now if you've got a local takeaway, they might be very nice. If they like you, they'll give you a bunch of these, which are the little takeaway bags, or the ones like for Subway, right?
Okay.
Where you can make the 3D snowflakes out of those. They're also incredibly cheap to buy on eBay as well, like really, really cheap. But like if you've got like lunch bags and stuff like that already, use them. It doesn't matter what color they are. Just use what you've got.
Yes.
You know? Go out in nature. What I've got here, I don't know if you guys all know what those are. Do you know what that is?
A rose?
It's like a dried rose.
It's actually a pine cone that's opened up and split.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so you can see what it's...
I've never seen one like that. That's really pretty.
Yeah, exactly.
Ours are always really
we found
tight.
these. Where did we find these? Oh yeah, at Tanny's dad's nursing home in the grounds. We found these.
Those are beautiful.
Yeah,
They are. So you know they'll get used for something. You know, because but I want it to be something special. Now he's got his Christmas tree because that's all he wanted for Christmas was his Christmas tree. Because he's never had one, not a really nice one, or what he thought was a fancy one. In his eyes, what is a fancy tree?
Yes.
That's what he wanted this year for his Christmas present. So he's got that and he's chuffed a little mint ball. So now we've just got to decorate it. But, you know, it's about using what you've got. You don't have to spend gazillions going and buying all of the baubles and all of the fancy things and all of the sparkly things, you know. You just, a bit of glue and a bit of paper and you're going to get an amazing display. You know, without even spending a lot of money doing it.
Yep.
You know, and sure, they may not last till the next year. They might last till the next year if you're really careful, but you know, but you're not going to cry over it if they don't either.
Yeah.
You know.
So I got one other thing I want to throw in here, and I'm putting out a parental advisory because there might be a word or two that comes up, and I apologize ahead of time, but there is something I want you guys to listen to. Okay.
Okay.
What is this?
Now, can everybody mute themselves? Can you guys mute yourself so there's no distraction over what's being said, please? Thank you. Okay. Here we go.
What I do want to say is this. Don't let the holidays put you in an early grave. It's not what's important about whatever you are celebrating. You know, whatever you're having fun doing, it's about the people, it's about what's around you, it's about what you have right now. It's about what you can do for others. It's about, you know, making the best of what you've got. It's not about putting yourselves in mountainous debt. It's not about putting yourself in physical harm or mental distress to try and get every single thing. I mean, I watched that Jingle All the Way. Is that the one with Arnie? Yesterday? The one where they're trying to get the Turbo Man doll. Really? And I know you're out there. I know there are people out there trying to do that. Don't.
The best thing that can be said is spend time with your family and enjoy yourselves. That is the important part. And I sprung that on Bloo. She had no idea, but I heard that the other day and that resonated in my brain so hard that it was like, that's what it should be about. That is really what it should be about. But not to take away from other people, let's drop down to Tiffany. What do you have to provide us?
I think.
Oh, are you waiting to be bigified? We can do that.
She looks like a
you look
double
like you're part of a harem.
It's so cold. I had to pull my hoodie up. And it's not really that cold down here. I think you can. I think a lot of it has to do with what Blue says. Like, I just don't have time. I used to be a crafter. I used to do wood burning, stuff like that. And with the boys here, I barely have time to take a shower. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's balls to the walls every day. And, especially now that Mike is walking, oh my God, it's unreal. But I think as far as for us, like if it was up to James, there would be no gifts. He's just doesn't, he believes that we put too much into that. And, I think some people call him a Scrooge, but I don't care. But I mean, it stresses you out to an extreme to try to be able to provide for everybody, even if it is a little bit. We just we set a limit. Everybody is if we got it, is $25. That's it. That's all you're getting. If you can get that, because we feed everybody. Now, if you want something out of our pantry, by all means, I'll wrap it up and tie it in a bow. Okay.
I'll be over tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm on my way, and I ain't that
far. But like as far as dinner, because a lot like Thanksgiving was, you can ask Tony and Ginger, was so stressful for me. I was just like about to not have to get a haircut. I was going to rip my own hair out, and I was like, I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing this again. I'm not getting this stressed out over this. So, so this is on my middle daughter for Christmas. Yeah. Because I just can't do it no more. I'm older and physically, it takes a toll on you. And I think you have to put the reason for the season first and why we're here. And I really don't, care what anybody thinks. But I mean, we're all here from one person. And that is what Christmas is about. It is not about all this other stuff. It's just not.
Right.
So, and I'll jump off that soapbox right there.
I'm sitting here trying to figure out who you remind me of, and it just dawned on me. You look like Sally Field in the movie Not Without My Daughter. That's who you remind me of.
I haven't seen it.
You got to watch that. That's a good show.
Yeah. My head is freezing.
Sorry.
So.
That's because you got a haircut.
Yes,
I
did.
I'm trying to decipher which way to go, but we'll save Ginger and Joey for last. Dale, what do you have?
So
she did her work.
I want to curtail this with I was not let in that I had homework, but that's okay.
You always have homework.
Always have homework.
Always.
You're on Tony's channel. When would you not expect homework?
I do understand. So a couple things, and yes, this does cost a little money, but very little, because we're a lot like Tiffany said. No matter what side of my family it is, and I have a larger family, we pretty much have like a $20 limit on anything, and I like what's going on in the chat over here. We're big on, we have you bring just a man gift, $20 gift, and you bring a woman gift, $20 gift. We play a card game. Lowest card gets the first one, and then you can exchange.
That's a good idea.
It becomes fun. But
That's
something that my mother started doing a few years back, that now my adult children and all of us just absolutely love, is she goes and she buys a large package of trash bags, a large package of toilet paper, a large package of paper towels, a large package of, you know, the necessity, like a large bottle of Dawn dishwashing soap. And she gives it all in one gift. She doesn't spend more than like $20 per adult family.
Mhm.
And our adult kids now, they, like last year, she intentionally didn't give it to them at the, when we handed out presents, and they were all like, we can't go nowhere. We haven't got the present that we come for.
Right.
That's what they were all wanting. It was not all this, fancy frills and everything.
Right.
They wanted that because then they didn't have to worry about, one, buying that for over half the year. Two, it helps them out with their budget.
Mhm.
Right.
And if we can help out our other family members with their budget, whether that be food or like this, you can go to the big box store. You can get a heck of a deal on a lot of that kind of stuff when you're buying in bulk like that. So she'd buy the big one and she would just divide it all up,
Yeah.
I know one year what I gave, like every family, we gave them barbed wire. I went and I got old barbed wire fencing, which I know I'm out in the country and I'm a farm guy, but I took the old barbed wire and I made barbed wire hearts in 3 different sizes that were wall hangings and decoration.
That is so cool.
And I got natural holly, from out in the field, and I decorated on them. And then we gave them that, and we gave each of them a gallon bag of deer jerky from our deer.
Oh, that is awesome.
And everyone loved it,
That's a good idea.
One year we gave, we got family pictures taken. So we got prints of that, and that's now become the normal gift that we give almost all of our family is family pictures of all of us, and pictures can cost a lot of money if you have them done from somebody else. But nowadays we have such means that we can print them off ourselves, or go to the, the 1 hour print. And that's become like a pretty common thing that we started doing. And now that we raise chickens and pork, it's become more common for us that we give some kind of a meat bundle, to kiddos. And they're more than happy to get that kind of
That's
stuff.
what I was going to say. I'd be like, woohoo.
Yeah.
So I think Ginger and Joey intentionally froze so they wouldn't have to do their homework.
No.
I got one more, Tony, that I'm going to offer, and then I'll let them do it.
No, go ahead.
The other thing that I
Take
do,
your time, we're still doing
Yes, take your time.
the other thing that I do is, being that I'm mechanically able, I can work on stuff, is I give them all some kind of repair on their place.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
that'd be a great idea.
That I normally charge people for. And
Tiffany says, I want that gift, please, Dale.
Yeah. I
Rhonda-
want the art one.
Rhonda down here, not to keep more time, but she said last name on a limestone fence post. I have done. My brother-in-law one year did that. He went to the rock quarry and he just got random rocks and then he took a Dremel that he had and he dremeled everyone's last name in it.
Oh.
And painted
Nice.
and gave that to everybody. I mean, he had nothing invested other than time.
Right.
And it's a rock, don't get me wrong, but it was the coolest thing ever. We all had it,
And if you make friends with your dentist, I'm just saying, okay, you can get the Dremel bits from them because they're only allowed to use them one time.
Wow.
And so if you make friends with your dentist,
Good
they
to
don't like
know.
tracking them out because it's a lot of money and a lot of them feel it's wasteful. But if you make friends with them, They might actually give you your old Dremel bits.
That's awesome.
All right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Homework Dodger, are you ready?
Well, I'll have you know that Joey and I went foraging today.
Okay.
Yay.
All over our property. We went and got all kinds of stuff. We have I used to work at a grocery store, and the asparagus and
Corn.
well, no, not the corn, because the corn came in the big one. It's like a shallow crate.
Yeah.
It has like a top on it. So vegetables would come in it like corn, but the corns would come in deeper ones. These are a little more shallow. So they used to throw them away. So I brought home, like, every other week I was bringing home a couple, and finally Joey said, "Can you please stop?" That's everywhere. I'm thinking, but they're free.
That's what I do.
Throw them away.
Right.
Stand it. So he went out to the garage and he found one of those. So I'm going to show you what we made today on our foraging trip. Oh, I didn't turn the light on it. Oh, man. But you can see it. Can you see the box up there?
Oh, hold on a second. Let me
I
you.
love that.
Wow.
Okay,
Look
so these are leaves and pine cones that Joey spray painted the leaves and the pine cones, and we attached them. That's one of my loofahs. It's the Christmas tree.
Oh,
Looks a little vulgar, but
Yeah, stop. And then
Keep it clean.
yeah,
Keep it clean.
it's PG, Joey. And then that's an old gift box up there way at the top. I don't know if you can see that. It says "'Tis
It's
the
like
season."
an old-fashioned shadow box. I love it.
yeah.
So that's our little, and it started out, it was going to be a wreath for the door. And then it just moved over into all this stuff. We put an old card on the front of it. But all of that was from our yard. So that was, see, we did really good. So that was one.
she was being supervised this week.
I was being supervised this week. So you were just talking about knitted and crocheted stuff. This is another one of a present. Can you see it?
Did you make that?
Wow.
I did.
That's
And
impressive.
What? I love
just in
that.
case
You could sell those.
there
Yeah.
are any crocheters out there. For the guys, you can go ahead and just make it a regular hat. But if it's a girl, don't close it up so they can have a ponytail holder. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can
That's
put your
what I
ponytail
need.
through the top, and then you
Yeah.
don't have all that hair that you have to try to mash down under your head.
Mhm.
So that was one. Okay, I have more props.
Wow.
So I put Italian in a bunch of little bottles.
There
Thank
you go.
you. So these will be little food gifts, as everybody was saying. Everybody likes to get food. So this is Italian in little ball jars that you can get, little ball spice jars. And then I had some of these little dinky dollar ribbons you can get, spool ribbon. And I made my own bows today. So you can put bows on top of your little present. See how cute that is?
That's so cute.
So, and it's very easy to make your own bows. And, you know, all the older fashioned, actually all the garbage bags now, they still give you those twisty ties. You can use those to tie your ribbons instead of going and getting expensive stuff. Just use a twist tie. And they're free. And most people throw those dang things away.
Man, I got a big jar.
You could take the bows and put them on some barrettes and give them to little girls too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So cute.
And this is one more thing that I made too. It is a hood and a scarf all in one.
That is so cute.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
This is for the bougie person in your life that needs fur.
No, that would be Shelby.
And so, yeah, and so it's got a scarf attached to the hood.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
You can wear it with
adorable.
your regular jacket. So there you go.
That's
Did
it. I
pass
figured out what I'm getting Dale for Christmas.
Bougie hat
It's
scarf.
in camo. It's in camo.
Oh, in camo. Yes.
I love it.
Oh yes, yes.
Oh, so you want your fur to be like hunter green?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It may take
I
me a while. to
prefer
find
real fur.
it.
Oh,
real fur.
hold on a
Okay.
second.
Hey,
I got a great
I'll bring
idea.
down the rabbit skins.
there
Oh
you
no,
go.
hold on a second. I got a better idea. So Ginger can make it in camouflage or hunter green, and then Tiffany, bring 2 of your pigs down, and you guys can embroider it right onto the scarf part, so you can have your logo pig on there.
My head is cold while we're sitting here. While we're sitting here yakking, my head really is cold.
So all of you had great ideas and great thought process. I mean, that's the important part. What I was going to say, and Kris kind of hit on it a little bit, was gifts in a jar. That's a great idea. Meals in a jar, gifts in a jar, whatever you want to call it. You can throw desserts in there. You can throw gravy mixes. You can throw spice packages. You can throw soups. You can throw a ton of different things. And those things will help people in the long run. They will help. It will help them put stuff away in their cupboards, and then they can use it when they need to. Now, of course, some of those things go bad if they sit around too long. So those are things that need to be checked. Another thing I see, just one second. Another thing I seen was taking, and this is, steal it if you want to, but I just thought it was ingenious. Take like gummy bears. You get gummy bears in a packet. They're all different colors. Divide them by their colors and line them in a mason jar.
Good idea. Yep.
Or a ball jar, and then put a nice ribbon or bow around it, or M&Ms or Reese's Pieces or Hershey Kisses, or something that you can give to people that they would like, that they can have. There's tons of different ideas, and I think everybody's kind of hit on it to some point. If it's stuff that you want to make that you can do because you have in your home, go onto YouTube. There's tons of different DIY things to do out there.
Right.
Tons of different crafts you can do. Again, following especially with what Bloo said, if you don't have the money, there's stuff around your house you can make these things with. The important part is, which comes back to Bloo's conversation on her video, as well as what Tiffany was saying, it doesn't have to be stressful. That's the point. Okay. It only becomes as stressful as you let it become, if that makes sense. And the expectation that's been put out there by, say, trust me, I know the other side of the coin, but it's still the point. The expectation out there is what creates the stress and then creates problems on it.
Yes.
We all want to be here for next Christmas, and the only way to do that is to try to alleviate as much of that stress as you can.
Yeah.
Try to make things as comfortable as you possibly can. Dark Lord Menon made that a point there, is he's seen that done with jelly beans. There's so many. You can take pasta. You can take different shaped pastas and put them together in jars, decorate the jar out. You can spray paint jars. There's tons of things you can do with different things.
And crafting, if you do craft, like even like Bloo said, you know, if you take and just, I mean, making snowflakes out of a plain white piece of paper and cutting it up, you feel, I don't know what it is about crafting that just makes you feel good. It's fun. You're not working, you know, you're not washing the dishes or washing clothes. You're sitting down and you're actually making something. You're going to put it on the wall and you're like, that's so cute. I love it.
Right.
And the joy comes across to the person who receives it.
So
I really think it does. And here's a fun thing, you guys. This thing is so hilarious. So if you have a good sense of humor, so listen. Here's a rock, right?
Okay.
People come to our house and giggle every time, especially those Amazon guys.
The Amazon dude loves it.
It's hilarious. I have another rock that says it was a birthday gift, and it says you're older than this rock, or something like this rock is younger than you. But
My grandfather had
things, and you'll go into your garden and see it, and you'll never get rid of it. Throw a little bit of Mod Podge on top of it, and it'll last forever outside.
Yeah.
And it's the funny things like that. You'll never forget getting it, and you'll give joy for years and years afterwards. But one more thing I wanted to mention, I did bring it up. If you have friends or family that come to your house and you've served something that you canned and they liked it, like a salsa or your tomato sauce or something, make note of that. And then when Christmas comes, make them a care package of the things that you made that you know they're going to like. And then just put a pretty little piece of material on top and maybe some instructions on how to use it if you need to.
Yeah.
And tuck it underneath there, and, it'll be a very well-received gift.
Right.
So you guys made me think. My mom she's the junk queen. Literally, she goes, buys stuff or rummages stuff at old estates, stuff like that. But she's also always looking for a deal because she repurposes and resells.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she thought of me. She found this towel for like $25 at a garage sale. She got a frame. She put it around. She had twine, and she attached it and made me this.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
that is cool.
Can you make him bigger, please?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Thank you.
Geez, everybody's Johnny on the spot with the bigify.
Wow. And
That is really cool.
That's really cool.
And like I
And
said,
you'll
she
never
just
see another thing like that again.
attached it with a stapler gun to a frame, put a hanger on it, and put twine around it, and now it's a wall decoration.
You know what? If you went to Michael's or Hobby Lobby,
That's like $100.
$25 to $30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to say one more thing. We went into a store today.
You're not allowed to. You're done.
No. Oh,
Let her down, please. Let her go.
Yeah.
Now look what you did.
What was that, Kris?
Long show.
Look what you did. She froze up. You told
I
her
know.
to be quiet.
We went shopping today, and we went into a little boutique, and I know all the ladies are going to remember this. Do you know what is coming back in style?
Halter tops, tube tops.
Blue jean purses. Do you remember making blue jean purses out of an ultra blue?
Look at
they are coming back,
going,
and they are expensive.
Or when you do the embroidery on the pockets and on the bottom of the legs. Oh my gosh!
No, I did the iron on. But if you have a granddaughter or a daughter, make some blue. It could be a great side hustle. They are coming back in style, and they are expensive.
Wow.
And
JJ, Joey, and Dale can all appreciate this. I can't wait till they come out with 501 Levi boxers.
I don't know.
Not a Levi guy.
Overalls.
I don't know that I'd go that far.
Okay. All right.
Wait.
I still remember the name of the guy in the ad.
I'll get you.
The one in the laundromat.
I actually asked Dana this week. I had a pair of overalls that the leg is, they're just so thin and wore out. And I told her, I said, can you make my overalls into an apron?
Oh my God, what a great
This
idea.
part is perfectly fine.
Right.
It's just
Yeah.
I've wore out the bottom part.
I never thought of
Man,
that.
that's
Is
a
good
great
idea.
That's a really good idea. That's a new
Yeah.
thing right there.
I think
Yeah.
I think 99 Acres should go in fashion design, and there's your seller piece right there.
Yes, there you go.
I
New
don't know.
business.
Nana makes some pretty amazing candles, you guys.
Yes, she does.
Yes.
Yes,
So
she
that's
does.
another thing. What about using? You've got mason jar candles, and you can use old teacups. that you
Yeah,
get from
I've done that before, and that was very well received, Chris. Yeah.
There's- I mean, yeah.
Another thing you can do with soap is go out and get cookie cutters. And I made Grandma Carlson's old-fashioned hand soap before I was a grandmother. And you just make a flat pan of soap and cut it out with little handprints, and the kids loved it. Or if you want to tell your kids they're a superstar for washing their hands every time they go to the bathroom, make them in the shape of stars. And it just reinforces the idea to them that they are doing a great job.
Absolutely.
And
We
put a
actually-
nice little scent in there like apple pie spice or something like that.
I have
Just
bubble
not too
gum that
yummy
we
they
use.
want to eat
So.
it.
There you go. Bubble gum. Who doesn't love that?
Bubble gum. Or, oh my God, if you guys can find grape Kool-Aid scent, dude, it smells so good. I'm sure it's on Amazon.
Ginger.
I'm gonna dude you. That's a California dude.
Yeah,
Okay.
I say
Here's
that.
another one for you guys.
Hold on just 1 second. Hold on
Oh
just
my
1 second.
gosh.
Ginger, was there something you were trying to say?
Yeah, back to the blue jean purses. Sorry, I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but
No.
a couple of the purses that I saw were, you know how the younger girls are wearing the crossbodies?
Yes.
So you the little purses, so you could actually get 2 crossbodies out of one pair.
Out of one pair.
And I'm
Oh,
telling
yeah.
you, those things are. That thing was like $35 for a blue.
And
jean
it's safer to have a crossbody.
Huh?
It's safer to have a crossbody because people can't rip it off of your shoulder.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Sorry, our
That
light.
is a good.
And you can make it so they
It's
can
like,
put
what
their phone in
happened?
there and all their other
Solar
stuff
light
too.
said.
No, I'm gonna make that. Thank you,
Okay.
Ginger.
Okay,
You're welcome.
Chris,
No,
what
no,
were
I'm
you
not
gonna say?
If you have extra 2x6s or 2x4s or 2x8s at the house, you can make welcome signs that they're really popular right now. I sell them. I will tell you this. When I do make these, I sell these for $50 a piece.
Wow.
But you can do custom welcome signs for the adults in your family that are porch signs. So they stick into a bucket or something in the front. So I do them with 2x8s is what I do. But you do the words welcome down and you can just paint that. You don't have to etch or cut out. I mean, I know I cut out a lot of things, but those are simple. And if you've got 2x4s at the house, make a 2x8. It's very, very, very easy. I just keep looking at my list going, oh my gosh, there's so many good things. One thing that Larry and I have been working on, our website, we've got a blog part on there that we've kind of been neglecting. I want to start putting some of these ideas with us creating them on there in December. So I will let Tony know as we put those up and the links so that when I'm gone the next 2 weeks, he has the links for some of these different gifts, you guys.
Oops. Sorry, guys.
Wow. Big.
Ginger's back.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Right? So there's just so many
So,
different
Chris,
things.
I thank you. I thank you because that'll be nice to be able to tell people Chris and Larry have posted some new stuff. You might want to go check it out. So that's a good idea.
Absolutely.
Those welcome signs you could do with like old pallet wood as well, couldn't you?
Yes. Yeah, we
you
actually
can get pallets for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tear apart pallets for different signs that we actually do here. And so those would be perfect. And you do them at 4 feet tall and you just do big welcome down. And you can say, for us, we'd have Maisie Fulmer family, on ours or whatever. You don't have to have just welcome. You can actually do them where they flip, where you have spring on one side and winter on the other, or summer and watermelons on one and snowflakes on the other. So you can just flip-flop up. So just think of some of the different things. And to touch back on those cookies in a jar, you could do, and this was on my list. I've got cookies in a jar, soup in a jar, stovetop potpourri. I have tea bags and hot chocolate mixes in a jar. I have seasonings. I have flavored salts for cooking. I have salts for bath salts. I'm looking at all the jar ones that are on my list here because I know I didn't hit all of those when I was going through. Oh, and then I've got making like a citrus marmalade or jellies and homemade loaves of bread in a basket. Again, people love food. I'm trying to see what else I have in a jar here.
On the spices in the jar, get some of those lids that you can get at your hardware store. They probably have them at Walmart. And it's a shaker lid.
Yeah,
and it closes up nice and tight. And we actually use them in our own spice cabinet. And it keeps everything nice and fresh.
The biggest one that is the most fun if you have a crew of, like, I have my little army of minions. But we will do chocolate covered pretzels, but then we decorate the pretzels as we're doing with different toppings in the chocolate. So it could be chopped nuts, it could be sprinkles, it could be caramel bits, it could be whatever. Even salt on your chocolate, or caramel dipped and then chocolate dipped. So just think in terms, that way. Shortbread bars, people love that. Dipped Oreos, those are super easy, and you can use the dollar store Oreos if you don't have a lot of extra money, and they do sell dipping chocolate at my dollar store. I actually stocked up. Peppermint candy canes dipped in chocolate to make hot chocolate stirs. Or dipping your plastic spoons in chocolate and then in crushed candy and use those as stirs, and you tie those with a plastic bag and then tie them to hot chocolate mixes. The one I highlighted here,
food.
Yes, absolutely. Food is a big deal here at my house.
Food. He just wants food.
I'm just trying to think, what else do I have on here? Oh, linen eye pillows. Those are so super easy to make, and you just buy old flannels, or if you have tore up, I know I wear a lot of flannels when I'm working outside in the wintertime, and I tend to snag them on fences. Use those flannels that are non-fixable and make eye pillows, and you can fill them with flaxseed and lavender flowers, and you just heat those up in the microwave. Or we use the toaster oven for ours because I don't have a microwave. But we heat those up and use those on your, on your eyeballs. And that's an awesome, awesome gift.
You can do wheat bags pretty much the same way as well. So yeah, using rice or wheat, which is pretty cheap to get.
Yeah. And we do owie bags for the kids and do the same thing where we put eucalyptus in them, and so they've got that. But there you go, you guys. Now you've got me working even more, making sure that my website is up to date so that we can get some of these. But we'll put all the directions, and I do have a lot from the past that we'll republish and put on there too for the month.
That'll be good. Thank you.
I just noticed another one that's hanging on my wall, so I'm going to flip you around so you can see it.
Another deer head?
Another gift idea. Can you see the pig?
Oh, yeah.
Pig.
So that is that's string art. So you drive the nails, you get the string.
Nice.
And then you but if you can make personalized signs like that out of string art or something, people, my daughter actually got that for us. Her best friend, one of her close friends, did that, and it is like a treasured piece here for us. We love it.
There was I don't even remember, it's probably been a few years, but me and Patty, for birthdays, we started giving the kids, it goes back to the food thing, sorry, but the kids
Dark Lord Bennett's drooling again, you guys. We're having some popcorn balls, so I forgot that one on the list.
Cook-off videos. That's what this is.
So we for birthdays we started getting individually their goodie bag. And then it turned into where for our white elephant gifts, when we did those, everybody wanted a goodie bag. It's gotten to the point we've had people come ask us for goodie bags
Oh gosh.
for Christmas presents. And it's like, if you like it and that's what you want, then more power to you, you know. I mean, it makes my life cheaper.
Yes, exactly.
Well, and let me throw
Homemade
out,
gifts
here's
are the best
another
gift.
thing for you guys.
What was
Throw
that,
out-
Joey?
Homemade gifts are the best gifts.
Yes, they
Absolutely.
are. Chris?
Absolutely. One tradition that we've been doing as a family that is awesome entertaining. And this is another dollar store thing, you guys. We go down and we buy a handful of random dollar store items and several boxes of saran wrap. And we start with the biggest gift in the middle, and normally it'll be like a $5 bill. It's not anything huge, but that's the biggest gift. And we put the gift in the middle and we start wrapping saran pieces around, and then we add candy, you know, Hershey Kisses, small little items that we've either made or purchased at the dollar store, and we end up with this ball of saran. And what I do is I purchase the dollar store gloves, and they're 2 for $1. And I buy 2 packs of those, or 3 packs, or however many kids I've got that are going to be playing this. And I have a set of foam dice, and they have to roll doubles, and it gets passed as doubles get rolled. But they have to unwrap these things with the gloves on. Now, I know how I wrap saran, and I tighten it really nice, and I lick it to make it stick. And it's really hard, but it's a fun activity. And sometimes it could take hours to get through a ball of saran. And the kids go crazy over a single Hershey Kiss because they play this game. So those are easy things. Another thing that I do is I go down and I buy silly dollar store, and this is gag gift style. And we read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." And every time you say a specific word in there, you pass your gifts to the left. And then at the end, you open whatever gift you have in front of you. Now, I want you to know my 21-year-old nephew won a pink baby doll from the dollar store, and it's sitting in his dresser to this day. He was 16. His future wife was like, "What the heck is that?" And he's like, "I won it from my auntie." And it stays on his a pink baby doll on a 6 foot tall macho kid.
Yes.
But those are those memories that if you make, and you don't have to spend $1 million doing it. It could be simple things. One year in our saran, we went and we grabbed things that I had bought at Costco that were snack sized, like Cheez-Its, and because I didn't have extra money. So I grabbed 2 granola bars and 2 Cheez-It wrappers and things that the kids were already eating for snacks. And then they got such a kick out of that because that's what they got to snack on that afternoon, was whatever the fruit chews that they won out of this silly game. But now it's a tradition, and my older kids are like, "When are we doing the saran game?" So they know it's
that's
coming.
awesome. I look forward to it.
Yeah, last year we played Family Feud with all of our kiddos or adult kiddos. And so it was the same way. We went to like the dollar store and we bought like the old bubble game, you know, that you bubbled up and put the rings on it. Stuff like that. Card game, soap, nail polish. And that, you know what they all fought over? Was one of the gifts, because as they won, they got to open a gift. They all fought over a 89-cent can of Vienna sausages. I thought we were literally going to have a WWE brawl over Vienna sausages.
I told you those things were good, Tony. You didn't listen to me when we had the $25 or
and now they're $1.25.
I had Vienna sausages on my list.
I love that. I love that.
Yes, that is so funny. That is so funny. Tony, you're muted.
No, I'm not. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
We've been doing this about an hour and a half. Is there any other things anybody may want to throw out to try to make Christmas easier? I one other thing I do want to throw out. if it's to a point where you feel like it's becoming overwhelming, write yourself notes, make a plan, make a budget, try to figure out what you're willing to spend and what you're not willing to spend. Make sure others are doing the same for you as well. You can't do it by yourself. Okay?
Well, and make your Christmas about memories and moments, not about the gifts that are being given.
And if you feel like you want to do or need to do multiples, buy something small, make something. Give them two things. One is homemade and one you didn't spend a fortune on. And then that way you feel like you're giving more if that's what makes you feel better.
Right.
Above all, the one thing that I want to make blaringly clear is what we're all saying. Christmas is about being together with your family and making memories. Make sure that your four walls of your household are taken care of above buying presents. Make sure that the lights are going to stay on. You have heat. The house is still going to be there next week, and there's food on the table. That's all that matters.
And the car payment is made.
Right.
Because you got to get to work. So So
and maybe instead of trying to figure out what people want for Christmas, try and find out what they need.
That's a great idea.
You know, like if they're struggling with the electric or gas bill, chuck them $50 for that if that's what you feel like you can do. You know, every little bit helps. You know, if they're struggling for petrol money to get to and from work, or you know, so get them a fuel card.
There you go.
It's not that difficult. If you know that they need certain uniform for work or they need a new pair of boots, do that. You know, it's not about getting all the really posh, exciting stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Because even at the end of the day, even the royal family, they're not allowed. They made this own rule between them. They don't spend more than £20 on each other at all.
Oh, wow.
And it's not allowed to be anything that's sensible. It has to be a joke present.
Oh, nice.
It has to be a joke present.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, when you've got Prince Philip, who very famously gave his wife one of those singing bass fish.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Still sitting in her office. It's still sitting in her office. You know, that, you know, so if they can turn around and go, we're not spending more than £20 on each other. You know, there's nothing that we need. We're just going to make it a laugh.
Yes.
You know?
And that's what it's about.
Why do we have to spend 500 quid on each other? It's just not, it's silly. Silly. But check out what your family actually needs and how you can help them rather than, you know, I mean, it's nice opening up stuff. If you want to dress it up and make it into a nice little present that they open, then do that. If that's what makes you feel better.
You had your opportunity to hear me sing and you guys didn't care or laugh, so never mind. I'm done. Next.
I did laugh.
You see the I called out is now in the chat. Barb's Country Home is now in the chat, Tony.
Yep, I see that. I see that. You were shouted out tonight.
Very nice. Yes.
So
she's probably like, what? What happened? Why did I get shouted out? Because you're awesome.
Because you're awesome. And you mad.
You guys,
that's right.
I think we all provided a ton of information, some helpful hints, guidance, you know.
Great ideas.
Great ideas. I loved you guys went out and foraged today and put something together. That was cool, actually. I like that.
That was fun, and we did it together, and it was super fun.
I think that's awesome.
That's awesome.
You have your homework orders for next week.
Oh, I already
Kris
got
will be with
like
us.
an hour and a half ago that he said it. Do you remember what our homework is? No, I'm kidding.
I'll be sending you an email to make sure. You will be receiving a progress report in the email. Right.
Oh Lord, don't let my mama see it. No, I'm kidding.
All right. I want to say buddy, I thank you for being here. I appreciate it. All of the panel,
Yeah.
thank you for being here. You guys are great. Thank you to anybody that I know a couple of our panelists have been modding, but I don't know if anybody else has. Thank you to anybody that has modded tonight. I appreciate that. And we will be starting Tuesday night with a whole new game series we're starting. We're going to be starting Password. No comment. Nobody said anything.
Looking forward to it.
Very excited.
I'm letting you talk.
There you go. Thank you.
Very excited.
I was about to say it's going to be on like Donkey Kong Tuesday night.
You got that right, sister. We were going to take them down.
Blue, can you read that or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't.
Thank you. That's very sweet. I'm glad you're enjoying them, darling. I think what Where to Begin Homesteaded means my alternate channel, where I put up little positivity messages and stuff. So, yeah. So, yeah.
So the question is, what is password? Password is where you are given a clue. The person giving the word knows what the word is. They have to give clues to the other person on the opposite side, clues to get them to say the word. Each of those words, I'm thinking 3 or 4 of them, will actually lead up to a big word we're trying to find out in the end of each segment. So there'll be 2 segments each night. Okay?
Still
right?
gonna be broke.
Cool.
I know. I see that big.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have trouble Englishing.
Dale, if it makes you feel better, I taught English and I still have trouble Englishing.
Well, I don't feel sorry for anybody other than your partner at this point.
Dale, how are your Google skills?
Not great.
Yeah.
Look up those synonyms.
No, you're not. Now, hold on a second. You're not allowed to use Google.
No, Google.
Not allowed.
You will be sitting on screen so we can watch what you're doing.
Yeah, you're going to have to say it like this.
The no hand and the password.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
The password to the giving person will be texted by phone.
Right. And that person has to sit on their hands.
Yes. I mean, I'm going to have to Me too. Hi,
I don't like
underneath me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let everybody go. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Hope everybody stays safe.
He's already done with us.
Say something with Sunday.
Oh, Sunday.
I haven't got there yet.
Sunday.
Let everybody go.
I said I'm going to let everybody go. I just haven't got there yet.
Oh. Well, y'all make sure y'all are there Sunday.
So if you haven't heard, on Sundays, we do have a new series that we have out there. And it's... You're laughing at me. I love this. This is wonderful. Everybody's laughing. Well, not everybody, but most of you. What are you looking at, Tiffany? You're scaring me.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, you're going to have to hold on a second here because I got to look at...
Me and my Groucho Marx eyebrows.
Yeah, you're funny.
I need to get them done.
What are we looking at? Is there something down there where we can look at?
Yeah, I know, right? Look.
On Tiffany's eyeball? Why would you want to look at Tiffany's eyeball?
Because she has pretty eyes.
So, okay. So, I'm trying to make it quick and easy, but there's no quick and easy. Basically, so our Friday night conversation over the last few weeks has been really about how do we get through inflationary issues and other things associated to that. A lot of people wanted to, some people, I shouldn't say a lot of people, some people wanted us to have a secondary conversation on Sundays early in the afternoon so that people that can make the late night one would have the opportunity to do that. So we have agreed to do that. It's 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 Mountain, 4 Central, 5 Eastern. Blue, it's 11 p.m. UK time, if I'm correct.
11?
If I'm correct. 5 Eastern is 11 your time, correct? Dun, dun, dun.
I've got to work out which way round it goes.
She's figuring it out.
Yes. I have no idea which way round it goes. So 11 p.m. my time.
I believe it's 11 p.m. your time. Saying that, no, wait.
And I'll have to wait until I get my PC up and running.
No problem, Barb.
10 p.m. your time, I believe.
10 p.m. my time. Yeah, it would
it's
have to
5
wait
hours.
till the PC's up and running again.
Okay.
So that I can do this in the office.
Sorry. Anyways, the conversation is called the function chat or functioning chat. How are we functioning through different things, which left that to be a wide open conversation piece, not limited to one thing or the other. But this Sunday, we're going to talk about what to do with all those turkey leftovers. Okay.
Turkey salad sandwiches. What else do you need to know?
Oh,
my
turkey and
gosh.
mayo.
Tony and I were having this conversation today, and I'll throw it out there because I won't be able to make Sundays.
Okay.
Family tradition for us is we make turkey and leftover egg rolls and dunk them in cranberry sauce that we've thinned out.
That sounds really good.
You had me,
There you go.
and you lost me at cranberry.
What? You don't have to dunk it. I have one that doesn't dunk it. I have one that licks.
So, anyways, we were going to talk without Dale tonight the rest of the night. And
He literally lost.
Look at that. He left because of the cranberry
he didn't
sauce.
leave him. I dumped his booty.
I thought you left me because of the cranberry sauce, Dale. Okay. So what we do is we take egg roll wraps, and we do this every year. It's just a weird family tradition. And we put a piece of turkey left over, and then we put mashed potatoes and green beans and cheesy artichoke dip or whatever we have left over. And then we roll our egg rolls and we deep fry them. And then we take our cranberry sauce that we have left, and we put a little water, and we stir it up in a pot and make it nice and toasty warm. And then we dunk our egg rolls in our cranberry sauce. And it's the weird. It sounds so weird. It's so tasty.
I like it. Sounds great to me.
I'm with Dale.
So
you have all the
Okay, but hold on a second. Hold on a second. If you don't like cranberry sauce, because I'll evolve the conversation more on Sunday.
Yes.
You don't have to do cranberry sauce. You can do gravy for the dunking sauce.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Now you're talking. Now you
There you
speak
go.
of my language.
Chris, we lost him and we sucked him back in.
Yes.
Right?
Well, you could even do like sweet
Gravy.
chili sauce or like sweet and sour sauce or some kind of soy honey sauce or whatever. It wouldn't have to be just gravy.
Easy sauce. Oh,
so we will roll probably 100 egg rolls tomorrow with leftovers and have those throughout the week. And the kids, I have minions. Remember, Dale, we talked about this before. I have lots of little hands and lots of big bellies. So everybody has to eat something. But that's what we end up doing. And then we're making our turkey broth off our carcass and all that other normal stuff.
Oh, amen
but that's
on
just
that.
a tradition. Yeah, egg rolls. Turkey, leftover egg rolls. I guess I will have to do a video on it tomorrow. Darn
Yes.
There you go.
Darn it.
Now, that is another thing I want to throw out there. All this conversation we've had tonight, don't anybody come to me saying they have nothing for content. Right?
Anybody?
Sounds like we all have a new tab on our channels.
Yes.
Yes, Daddy.
It's what I really enjoy about the Friday nights is just sitting down and just chit-chatting and having a conversation, and it's most of it's meaningful. Yes, we joke around and yes, we poke fun, but it's just about having a good time and trying to do what we can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, guys. Now, if there's nothing else, Tiffany.
I think that'll do it.
Okay. You guys have a great night. See everybody
Bye, you
later.
guys.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
yeah.
Right.